Let's see who else is on the line. Why don't we try our caller from the 443 area code? Taking calls, seeing what's on people's minds. 443, go ahead.
Hey, David, how's it going? This is Brian, first-time caller. I just wanted to say thanks for the show.
Thank
Everything
you.
you do, it's great. I just had a quick question. It may seem like a stupid question, but when I think about it, it kind of seems like there's obviously a more nuanced answer to this, so hopefully you can help me out.
Okay.
I was wondering if you could help me out with a few. Is there any questions you can ask someone to sort of figure out what actual political affiliations they are, what they closely identify with? Because I feel like today a lot of people that would support Trump may actually identify more with progressives, but just not know it. So I was wondering if there's a few questions that I could maybe ask a family member who may or may not be a Trump supporter, these questions to then prove to them that they aren't actually a Republican, that they're actually a progressive. Or, I mean, I know there's a lot of nuances with the different parties now, but is there anything that could actually identify someone as a specific party based on a few questions?
Well, there's two different things there. There's party identification, but then there's political orientation. So party identification is just what party do you identify with? That's less interesting. I think the more interesting thing would be, are your political beliefs actually not aligned with the party you think you identify with? So
Right.
there's no short list. Like if you ask people, does the government have some basic right, some basic duty to provide everybody with some level of health care, regardless of whether they can pay for it or not? That is really popular. That's like 70 to 80% yes from the country, but only like 30-something% of Americans are registered Democrats, or even less. And Republicans aren't of that mindset. So like there's a literal mathematical incongruity there that doesn't make sense. I think it's better to come up with ways to ask political issue questions in a nonpartisan way. So like what I just said was not, do you believe in socialized healthcare? Do you want total free market? Like if you use those buzzwords, people will get on the defensive right away. Instead, use relatively neutral language like, should the government provide everybody some basic healthcare, whether or not they can pay for it? And when you start asking questions in that way, you will often disarm people and hopefully get sort of more honest answers about what their beliefs are.
Yeah, and I also think it'll make people hopefully make people realize that perhaps they're voting against their own interests in a lot of cases. So,
absolutely.
Awesome. Well, thanks for your answer. I appreciate it, David. Have a great day. Thanks, man.
Thank you. Yeah, appreciate you calling in.